So being resilient and learning to hear no and hear no a lot and hear no more than you're probably going to hear yes. So to keep at it and be excited and driven by the wins, and being okay with the losses. And I always look at losses and say, really not. And people call me crazy, and I call it confidence, not an ego. But if someone chooses not to do business with me and Michael, that's their loss, right? I mean, that's they just lost out. I mean, they have the idea of the left the breadth of knowledge that they just kind of walked away from. Okay,
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I am your host, Q Edmonds. And you know what I'm going to say? I'm excited to be here today. It's another fantastic day. And I have another fantastic guest. You know what I say? I love when I have people, when I can look through their lens and see things through their eyes, through their story. And today is going to be no different. And so, this gentleman comes with a ton of experience, finance first guy. He used his lender experience to help him now, as an agent, connecting with people. So I'm gonna let him tell you all about it. But I'm so excited to introduce you all to Mr. Paul. I said I'm getting intimidated by the last name, Mr. Paul Durante. Mr. Paul Durante. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for being here. And listen, man, I kind of want to dive in. I want you to tell the people what your main focus is these days. Mr. Paul, if you want to give us a little bit of an origin story of kind of how you got into what you're doing. We love origin stories. And then tell us what part of the world you're in, man, what markets you're operating in. So, Mr. Paul, sir, you have the floor.
Absolutely. Well, Quentin, again, thanks for having me today. Super excited to be here with you and your audience. And happy Friday to you. With that all being said, so my story, my origin story, I would say this: when I was a little kid, I was like most. I probably wanted to be, a cop or a fireman, but that didn't happen. And at some way, shape, or form, in the early 2000s, I wound up in the lending business, specifically retail mortgages. And
Mm,
that's how I got my start in real estate. So I was a retail mortgage originator, learned the business. From that, I graduated to the wholesale side of the business, where I helped brokers and bankers structure their business and built a huge business from that side. And I stayed in lending for the better part of the last, 20 plus years, structured over $1 billion in loans. So I got a really unique perspective from on the real estate side and the real estate business, on what deals work, what deals don't work, and what really matters. And what that brought me to is really a gap in the business. I've worked with so many good agents, but there's really, I would say, some agents that kind of don't get the whole business, the big piece of the business that makes it up, and that's the financial impact of it. So many folks look at homes and they see this pretty home and like, how can we get into this home? And they just kind of just forget about a lot of it, and a lot of it being, let's say, the capital expenditure as to what it takes to get into a home and whether they should liquidate finances and things like that. So I looked at it as an opportunity to bring my experience in the finance side and then bring it to the finance to the agent side, the other side of the table.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
As I like to call it. So I call myself the finance first real estate agent, and so I bring the financial impact first to it. So I'm really passionate about finances and making sure folks make the right financial decision, whether they're purchasing $5 million home, or $300,000 starter home in their market. I'm really passionate about them making the right financial decision in doing that. So I bring that finance first approach to the transaction.
I love it, man. Finance first. I love that coin phrase that you have for yourself. I love how, you walked yourself up to what you're doing now, the journey, to where you are now. And thank you for letting us in on the journey. Speaking of journeys, I have a saying where I say destiny has no wasted moments, right? Meaning no matter what we go through in life, every destination, we pick up something that kind of makes us who we are today, right? Fortifies who we are today. And so, man, I would love to know during your journey in real estate, what has the journey taught you about yourself? Has it
Yeah.
taught you resilience, discipline, just to name a few? Like, what has it taught you about you?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say this, and the journey in real estate, I would say, and it started even way before that. And you'll see where I'm going with that is that I was a young, competitive athlete. And then I was like most will always say, I had dreams, of being a professional athlete. And what like 90+% of the kids, it didn't happen. So
Yeah.
I had to find something else that I was passionate about, and it was sales. So, with that, and what I've applied is that athletic competitiveness to business. And what I mean by that is taking those, you're not always going to win in business. You're not always going to win in sales. So being resilient and learning to hear no and hear no a lot and hear
Yeah.
no more than you're probably going to hear yes. So to keep at it and be excited and driven by the wins, and being okay with the losses. And I always look at losses and say, really not. And people call me crazy, and I call it confidence, not an ego. But if someone chooses not to do business with me and Michael, that's their loss, right? I mean that's they just lost out. I mean, they have the idea of the left the breadth of knowledge that they just kind of walked away from. Okay,
Yep.
I'll bring that to somebody else. It's going to benefit somebody else. So I've been really, resilient like that. Have a lot of confidence in myself and my abilities. So that's been the biggest thing is that you're going to hear no more likely than you're going to hear yes, and to keep moving forward. And in life, I felt that's helped me be very successful.
Absolutely, man. No, I love it. And I'm with you. It ain't arrogance, it's confidence. Like if you don't trust you, who else gonna trust you? If you don't know the goods you bring to the table, who else is gonna trust that you're bringing goods to the table, right? So you gotta have
Exactly.
that confidence. Yeah, Yeah, absolutely. My wife told me a saying, it's from a fitness coach. His name is Coach Lynch. Coach Lynch has a saying, he says, if you lie to yourself, then you truly have no one else you can trust, right? If you lie to
Yeah.
yourself, then truly you have no one else you can trust. And so I love it. This ain't about arrogance. It's about confidence. I have to tell myself how good I am. That way, when I tell somebody else, I ain't lying to them. This is who I am. This is what I have groomed myself to be. This is the discipline I put in place. This is the intentionality that I put in place. And so I hear you, man. I hear you loud and clear, sir.
Yeah,
So, Mr.
I talk the
Yeah,
talk and walk the walk. I mean, it's not one of those things where I'm talking it and not living it. I track everything. And right, where does that confidence comes from? It comes from my discipline. I'm one of those where hey, I'll go to my Apple Watch. I'll show you the activities I've done this week. I'll show you what I do to take care of myself. I'm willing to put that out there.
Yeah.
And I probably don't talk about it enough.
If you're looking for consistent, high quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
But that's where it comes from. I'm putting in the work and putting the time in. So absolutely.
Yeah. No, and I'm glad we're talking about it because one of the things that I try to highlight to the best of my ability is the people that listen. I want them to know we all have a superpower. We all have something that we can dig down inside and pull out, especially if we disciplined it, if we trained it, if we've been intentional about it. And so I love it how you're saying, listen, I can go to my watch. I'll show you the work that I put in. You
Yep,
can't go to a refrigerator and take out what you did not put in. And
that's
so I
right.
just want people to know, like, hey, put that stuff in you, the discipline, the consistency, so you can pull it out when you need to, because we all have a superpower that we can lean on. It's just finding it and disciplining it.
Absolutely, yeah. And what I would say is this too, and you watch a lot of stuff online. A lot of people see the end results of work online, and they'll use the term that that person, he or she, got lucky. But what they don't see is all the work and
So
that they've done behind the scenes to get there.
yeah,
They miss out on that journey, and it's a painful one. So,
yeah,
there's great quotes out there, and you talk about, you see Kobe Bryant out there, a lot of his old quotes, and I always say, like, what happened to Kobe, right? Like, I'm probably
yeah.
getting off topic here for a
No,
second,
you
but
want it.
people forgot about Kobe. But nonetheless, actually, if you watch a lot of
Yeah,
Kobe out there, and he'll talk about it all the time, and he's like, hey, listen, if you wake up at 4 in the morning, get to the gym at 5, train for 2 hours, right? Then come home, have some breakfast, train again, and then basically train 3 times a day versus somebody training two, and you stack that up over a year, no one's going to catch up to you, right?
that part.
So it's like anything else, it's repetition. So the doors that you're knocking on today, it's not about the win today, it's that you've put the work in. And when you
Yeah,
play the numbers and play the odds, and then also recognize that the odds, you're just putting the odds more in your favor. So that, and like I said, the more no's that you're going to hear, the, the no that you hear, you're closer to a yes. So as much as we all love the instant gratification, we'd love to get it. The reality is if you have success too early, you're probably getting the wrong perspective of life and sales in general.
yeah. I love it, man. Luck is when opportunity meets preparation. That's when
Yes.
luck is when opportunity meets preparation. And I believe that consistency beats intensity any day. So consistency, being consistent, not necessarily being intense. You can be intense, but definitely make sure you're being consistent because that consistent discipline is going to carry you on. And so us talking about not getting, too much on a shiny object, right?
Yes.
Talking about the road to success, I want to ask you, in your building to be successful, have you bumped up against adversity? And if you have, how did that adversity look within your particular situation?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've had adversity at every step of my career. So when I first started in the lending side of the business, and I learned the business from the ground up and working with individuals and credit and things like that, and then I decided to make the jump to the wholesale side of the business. Folks thought I was nuts there, because I didn't have a broker base, didn't have a banker base. I actually had one friend who happened to own a mortgage broker shop, and that was it. And I went into what was then, termed a saturated market. And folks had said to me, "Wow, you're crazy. You're nuts. I can't believe you're doing this." And I looked at it again as opportunity and said to myself, "Wait." I'm like, on the role that I had left, I had to know multiple products, over a dozen different banks and lending. I'm like, now I only have to know one. And I only have to know one. And then I also then have to now go find mortgage bankers and brokers, but I get to bring this knowledge that I have to them and help them learn my one product. So
Yeah,
I look at it and say, well, I don't know one product now, and I just have to get clients. But to your point that you said before, as far as knowing your strengths and your weaknesses, the strength of mine has always been doing stuff like this, getting in front of people and talking to people and being able to articulate myself. So I said, well, I'm not using that completely today, but now I get to use that. So if I get to use that and I take that with my knowledge that I currently have.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
So you can see I'm pretty tactical and methodical in my mind the way I think.
Yeah.
But then it is now I have to apply this plan to
Yeah.
do that. So yeah, so did that. That was super successful there. And then fast forward to let's say where we are now. I'm doing basically the same thing. I'm taking the years of knowledge that I have and have gathered, working with individuals and families, putting together these financial plans to purchase a home, and now taking it and helping them buy that home. So,
Yeah.
yes, I will help you find the beautiful home. I'll help you sell your beautiful home, but I'm also then going to be able to look at this. And if you're a seller, I'm going to be able to articulate to you, should you accept this offer? Should you now, I have some stories out there. There's some good ones where I've heard some people actually accept contingent offers. I'm like,
Mm.
a contingent offer in this market, there's no inventory. And a contingent offer, I've heard of one recently, a contingent offer where a client has to sell multiple properties in order to buy one property. Yeah, and as an agent, how would you accept that? How did you articulate that to your seller to actually accept that offer from that buyer? And the only way I would do that is obviously would be a full no financing contingency cash deal. And either they're buying the property or they're not. But to accept a contingent offer in this market, you did your seller wrong. For sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, so there's a lot of that still going on out there. So I'm a big, education person and laying the facts out, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm an advisor first, but
Yeah.
ultimately people are going to there could be some motivation behind the scenes that maybe, you have a good relationship with your clients, but maybe folks don't want to share with you and
Yeah.
something that's more important to them other than this transaction. So, but I'm a big believer in being transparent, giving people the facts, and they can make a decision based off of those facts.
I love that, man. I love that. Give people the choice. Like, give them the
Yes.
facts, give them what they need to know, and let them make the choice. I absolutely love that. And that's to me, that signifies your integrity and your honesty. And I absolutely love that.
No,
Mr.
thank you.
Paul, I want
People
you to,
ask me all the time and say, what would you do? And we all get that. Well, what would I? Well, it's different. It's not a matter of what I would do. What I
yeah,
may do, I'm going to look at it from my lens. It may not be
yeah,
that may be best for me, but I don't know if that's going to be best for you.
yeah, yeah.
So
I
here's
love
the cards. Here's the way it looks
yeah.
based on what you told me. What do you think is best for you?
Yeah, I love that, man. I love that. So, Mr. Paul, I heard you. You want to help people. You definitely want to help people get into the homes that they want. So, I want you to put it cleanly. What are your next real goals? Like, what are you looking to solve or scale next?
Yeah, so to scale basically, in looking, we're in it's January, it's cold, and a lot of folks and there's been a freeze, right? So and the market's been frozen. So you have a lot of folks who are probably sitting out there and cracking champagne, New Year's Eve, and saying, hey, they're going to have some sort of financial goal come the new year, and whether that's to buy a home or sell a home or potentially do both. And I think some of the weather has probably put that on ice a little bit, but I think there's a lot of excitement coming into this year. A lot of folks have probably been, looking at the real estate market and saying that it's been, locked up for the last couple of years for a multitude of reasons. And a lot of people have left the business because of that. So I look at 2026 as a huge opportunity to help folks and let them know that home ownership is still paramount in building your wealth.
Yeah,
There's a lot of, I like to call it, misinformation out there about buying a home and why you should quote unquote rent forever. I don't recommend renting forever. I think it's buying a home is certainly, if you're looking at your pyramid of wealth, is definitely part of that pyramid, and it's your first step of getting into a home. a lot of misnomers out there as far as how much you need to get into a down payment to get into a home. So I would always say, let's have that conversation. Let's align what your capital structure is and find the right property for you. And I think that's what makes me unique. I'm able to have those conversations with folks and be able to say, hey, here's the capital that you have. Here's the home you're looking to buy. Let's align these two goals, and then maybe have some money left over after the fact that we could do something else with it as well.
I love it. I love it. Well, Mr. Paul, listen, man, if someone wanted to reach out to you, connect with you, collaborate with you, learn more about what you're doing, how can they get in contact with you, sir?
Absolutely, Quentin. So, very reachable and always like to connect and talk about finance, talk about real estate. And I can be found on Instagram at Paul Durante Official, at Facebook on full Paul Durante Official, TikTok, Paul Durante Official, YouTube at Paul Durante Official as well.
Love it. Love it. Well, Mr. Paul, man, let me say three things to you. First, thank you for your time. Because, of
Of
course,
course.
time is a precious commodity, right? Thank you for your story, man. Thank you for being transparent. Thank you for your integrity and your honesty. Greatly appreciate that. And lastly, man, thank you for your perspective, your mindset, and bringing that mindset to this platform. I greatly appreciate you, sir.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Absolutely. So listen, y'all heard Mr. Paul. You got the nuggets, you got the value. Look in the show notes, connect with him, but definitely make sure you are subscribed here because I promise you, we're going to continue to bring up amazing people just like Mr. Paul. So, sir, thank you again, and everyone else, y'all have a fantastic day.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.